All right, let's do this. Sorry for the wait, guys. I am going to make it jump to the bam. All right, there we go. All right, let's do this tier list thing. This is gonna be how I'm organizing the units we're looking at. This is how we're gonna set it up for right now. You're gonna tell me some feedback if you like the format or not as we're doing it too. And then what I'll do is I'll take footnotes on this after I'm done, and then that'll turn into its own video where I'll briefly go over the actual thing, and then this will get posted. So it'll turn into a PDF, and we'll see. So I'll play around with this. So for right now, I guess we got to get this out of the way. We just drop, you know, no surprise. Start with Sun Jinwoo. All right. Meta DPS unit. Everyone's putting him in a tier of his own. I think he's good, but I mean, at the end of the day, he's meta. He's strong. One of the strongest units out right now. The way it's broken down is we have World Lines, Boss Rush, Tournaments, Infinite, Special, Use Style, and Niche. Right, and no surprise, Gogeta. Let's get those two out of the way. A lot of people are going to be asking, and I think a lot of people when they do tier lists, I think viewers watch and then they come away with, man, so what do I roll on? You know, like what do I use all my rerolls on? If you're going to recommend rerolls to use, so I'll put those for you. So they're definitely in their own tier. I can put them in their own box later on, but what I'll do is they're good for everything right now, right? They're the goats. They are the strongest. You know, I'll put Mike Guy on here for now. If you know, you know. You know, Madara calls them the strongest at that point. So just a funny Naruto reference. So playing around with this for right now. I declare you the strongest. Yeah, exactly. So that's just for right now. Best trait that if you were like, hey, what do I roll on? It's going to be Monarch. So if I'm telling you, you're asking to use your rerolls, it would be Monarch. And then afterwards, I will definitely clean this up. This is something just a quick format for reference. So let me... Oh yeah, if I could forget Naruto just so I could watch it again, yeah, it's a fairly good point. Yeah, they probably don't even need this. We'll just we can save this for the actual units that are gonna use this. I think Might Guy on them is enough. Yep, these are the goats. Just leave it at that for now. Great. So Meta DPS. That's a good one to throw in there. So Ramrom, for a while she was even good in Infinite for a bit. She was good for a bit, even then. I got to skip that one, Sean. She was good for a bit. She probably has... Not for unit achievements. Bro, Ramrom is not meta. Easy, easy, easy. Calm yourself. There's a tab for that. I'm just putting stuff next to her. She's very niche for boss rush and tournaments. Right now she is definitely off meta. She's good for tournaments. She's good for boss rush. I'd say she's still niche and she's good DPS, right? So off meta DPS for right now. That's why we have this category over here. Easy, easy, guys. That's funny. This is going to be the equivalent of controversial things. Where is it? Let's see. I have their icon, so Meta DPS, Eisen. Give him all these categories. There's nothing niche about him. He's just good for all these game modes. There's no problem. Yes, if you had rerolls, I 100% would recommend for you to roll on him. So he'll have Monarch. Great. That's good there. So for Meta DPS, just because he has a good kit, I am going to add in Yamamoto. I know he was glazed a lot, but I do think his damage is up there. It's really good. He stores up all that damage inside of the form of skeletons. I don't really care to roll on him much, but I think he's pretty strong in terms of damage. However, you'd have to build a team around him, so he's overhyped. I still think he's a meta DPS. He's good though, but if you're like, what's he good in? I would say he's more niche. You could use him in Worldline and Boss Rush and tournaments. Oh. I'd say you could put him in these categories, no problem. And the reason I say niche is because you have to build something around him. He's not some special tech, you're building around him. You want him to get the last hit, you want to stack all the skeletons, right? So thank you. Trying out something different. Why is he not good for Infinite? I personally think there are a lot better choices. I don't think that Burn is in meta right now. That's what I think of that. I don't think Burn is in meta right now. If you're talking about frame rate drops, FPS drops, we still have Gazelle. We still have what's it called? Jinwoo now. You know, I think if Jinwoo wasn't here, then we might talk about him in Infinite. But they will just be in the back. It's a huge FPS drop. By the end of the game, it's just too much. And he won't be able to last hit. You're not building the team around him. You play Infinite, you're 9 times out of 10 to almost 10 times out of 10 bringing Gilgamesh. Execute alone puts him out of play. Execute alone's gonna knock him out. So that's how I see that, at least. So a brain dead meta unit. Yeah, I mean, if you're talking 2 brain dead meta units, they're right up here on the top right now. That's why they have the little Might Guy logo. You know, I Madara declare you to be the strongest. All right, the goat guy. Just quick in there. Diavolo buff, we'll get to him. I do think he's a little more on the niche side of the house though, but I do think he's meta DPS. So if I find his icon, I'll pull him up, and we can go over him real quick. Let me work on trying to get some of these other ones out of the way. Oh, she's good, right here. So meta support, Amelia. I'm gonna leave her in this category. Freeze. I don't think there's anything that needs to be said else about it. If you're playing support and you want to freeze for any category, she's very strong, so we'll leave her there. Another one that I think is still good. I don't think it's out of place to put her, because even though Emmy is a better unit in terms of freeze, I do think Phoboko is really good for the buff that she provides for high SPA units to improve that DPS. So I'm gonna put her here in meta support. I think these are great options. I don't think she's off place having that extra DPS bonus with the SPA reduction. For a lot of SPA units, correct. You got Yuhaba and stuff, yeah. She's also cheap to play. Meta support, loose, same thing, enough said. I don't think I need to put any icons on some of these guys. Do I think Emmy needs stats? I think if we get into specifics, she probably has a very important stat number, right? To balance out her freeze timer. So I would try to play around and optimize that, just like Lucy does. So I have a fast Lucy and a slow Lucy. One that, operates at 10 seconds perfect, and one that just can go every 5 seconds if she wants, without upgrading. So I think if you play around with stats, that's more conversation on how do you build the unit. I think that's going to be a little separate, but I do think having at least good speed, good range, and good SPA to balance it out. Yeah. I'm not sure. I haven't evolved one yet, but I've had friends use them in different game modes. I was saving my evolution for a shiny one. I know how she works though, and I've seen it. It's kind of nuts. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with keeping one that just accelerates. So, for fun, there's a category here called collectible. There's no point in rating them, but some people are going to be questioning when they get into the game. Leaderboard units. Some of these LBs are like utterly useless, so there's a collectible zone just for that. All right. Here's one that is an off-meta DPS for sure, because he busts shields. I'm perfectly okay with putting him here. He's unique. I think has he left already, or he's gonna leave? Has he left? And I will just call him niche and a tech. Because a lot of times I just use this unit, and I've seen this unit used. He's still here? Unobtainable now? Okay. Got it. Told you left a while ago? Okay. I think niche and tech. He's got... For real? I got one yesterday. Oh, if he's still here, that's awesome. Alright, so I put niche and tech. He's great because sometimes I only use him as a starter unit to get really good damage out, but rarely do I ever upgrade him past maybe his full AoE. That's very rare these days, so I don't see that happening. If you have Worm, you could still make one. Yep. Alright, this one can go on the shelf. He's just not in play right now. The shelf is where a lot of these units, to most of these units, might be. I don't want to call them bad, but they're just maybe not enabled right now. So, he's there. He's on the shelf. I would love Justice for Burn, but he's on the shelf. I'm not saying he's a terrible unit. I think he probably has a place somewhere. It's just not in this universe right now. So, alright. Dio, we can put meta support very confidently. I think he's unobtainable now, but his time stop is really good no matter what. When we're talking about you need a time stop unit, he's very good. He is expensive though. I think you still bring Dio though in like infinite. Let's clear that up. Let's clear that up. Let's clear that up specifically for infinite. And I will create another category and I'll put all-rounder, okay? Let me add that note here. All-rounder. And I'll add that to the ones that kind of just fit in wherever you want. So we'll add an all-rounder category too. Okay. All right, let's do this one real quick. I'm sorry, you're just not in play. It's just Peeweenie. I'm sorry, you're just not relevant. Don the Don goes on the shelf. That's just you're not enabled. You're on the shelf. I don't even think you're niche at this point, too. I don't know. It's too bad too, because I was hoping he'd be attack speed a lot faster. You know. Yeah, sorry, Peeween, it's done. You're cooked. Meta DPS Gilgamesh. If you haven't gotten him, definitely get him. He's a very strong unit. I don't recommend you roll on him right now, unless you have everything else. Unless you have 1, 2, and 3, I wouldn't be trying to aggressively roll on this unit right now. He's here for execute. He's strong. He's super cool to have as Monarch. Um, I don't think he is. I don't think he's niche, but he has a place in all of this. I've seen him used in Boss Rush, in videos. World lines can be fine, and tournaments and Infinite, obviously. So he's a great unit. There's nothing niche about him. He has execute, so um, very good unit. Get this one out of the way. This guy, Bardock, I mean, was he the one who was a copycat? Because this was a disappointment. I think they really hyped this up into like copying stats, but he copies the attack number. But he's kind of just useless, so. Is Bardock Ginyu? Oh, that was Ginyu that does that? Yeah, well, both disappointing. I really wanted to like find a place for him, but I just didn't see a special tech where it was worth having a whole unit slot just for that tech for this guy. So kind of sad to see. Just put those tournaments and collectibles. Yeah, that's what's end up happening. In the shelf, we'll get rid of this. Okarun, I'm sorry. I think a lot of people were hyped about the anime to begin with and really enjoyed it, but the update just did you wrong. Super sad to see. I think people wanted a little more out of you. Mimi, I don't know. Same thing. This one has a place, big time, I think. Off meta DPS. Daidara. Super important, I think, for tournaments and boss rush. And he's a tech. So he has a use style. It's special. You gotta know how to use him. So I will say he is off meta DPS. I'm not bashing this unit. If this thing can get you rerolls every week, that's not a bad unit to have. You know, that's not a bad unit to have. If a unit can literally win you rerolls. Yep. All right. Let's see. OCD kicking in. Let's do this. Stream luck is real. Godly stack. Damn, congrats, dude. He is good in tournament. I only put him at off meta DPS because you literally use him to nuke stuff. That's how I see it. And a lot of times in those tournaments you are investing in him to stun, but also nuke. Oh, I guess support is better. I think you're right about that actually. That makes more sense. It sucks though because you're investing money into a damage dealer. That's off meta support, yeah. That makes more sense. Let's do that. Appreciate it, guys. That's good stuff. That's good feedback. Alright. For the shelf. Granny, I don't. Same. Enough said. He is a hybrid. But we'll put him there because, I mean, he stuns. And, yeah. Granny, too bad. At least he's the best Don unit. Alright, off meta DPS has good damage. We'll put him here. I don't think he's on the shelf right now. I think he's pretty cool. He's interesting to see play. I saw his numbers go up high. But I think he's niche and has use cases more so in like world lines and maybe some tournaments. But that's about it. But I wouldn't throw him away into the shelf. I can't disregard how much damage he does with Lucy too. Niche because he requires Lucy to pop off a bit. All right. This one I am also. Ah, man. Maybe we can not be so tough on this guy. But I don't think his damage is as great. Yeah, but it's on a separate SPA timer. I'm gonna put Kareem on the shelf. I think this patch kind of pushed him out with the number of units that are out right now. Like maybe he's a tech with an off-meta support for Yama. Maybe. What do you guys think? Off-meta support or shelf? Def in the shelf. I think he got pushed out. I just don't think you run him. There's not enough space. Like, why would I freeze with this guy and invest if I have other freeze units and now I have so much damage? Yeah, that's okay. That's good. The sentiment's in the right spot. Yeah, he hurts Yama's burn. Waste of a slot. Yeah, it's too much waste of a slot. I agree. Yeah. Great. So he's on the shelf. I'm pretty sure this unit burns also, but he's on the shelf. It's copium, yeah, right? It sounded like copium, yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's on the shelf right now too. Yeah, I don't think he's really saw any use. Sorcery shelf, yeah. There's nothing as meta about him right now. Just a waste of a slot. Okay. So after seeing this guy in action, I think he's really good right now. But I do think he is off meta DPS. I'm gonna put Choi in off meta DPS, guys. Okay. I like the damage. I like how he plays. I think you have to build around him a bit. You know, you're building around to keep enemies in his range a lot of the times. So I'm playing for slows. I'm playing for freeze. I'm trying to keep an intense burn on, right? He is niche, and I will put the definitions of each of these categories. No worries. Yeah, I'll put niche in world lines. Because if I had him, don't get me wrong, I will use him for world lines with a burn bonus. If he has fire increase, that's pretty good. And then niche because, you know, you have to build around him. So I don't think there's anything techie about him. Yep. All right. I think in Infinite, minions just get too far, and then you'd have to really build 4 people around him. It's a lot. It's niche. You'd have to go for it. I don't know. It's tough to ask. I think 4 choice slots. Mekamaru collectible. I think the coolest thing about this guy is just some of the cosmetics that you get from him. I think that's about it. All right. This guy has special use case, and I've seen some of my buddies use him in tournaments, but he's not really obtainable. He's a collectible. So nobody's really going to get him unless you played from day one and you got onto leaderboards. So Uryu gaming analysis. All right. This guy I think got crept on a little bit. I'm gonna just call him off meta support. I don't think he's on the shelf. I don't think he's gone. His range is still insane. He has a good timer, so. Yeah, off meta support. This one is a meta support, obviously, for obvious reasons. Nothing else needs to be said about Haruka Rin. Yeah, his freezes are very good. Alright. Oh, not bad. I thought this would go a lot slower, but we're actually going through this pretty quickly, so not bad. Alright, we got Mahito. Mahito collectible. Good luck. Have a good one. Bro, the shelf. I'm sorry, Rengoku. Was nice to know you. One day, when you get enough fire support, you'll be off the shelf. Just not today. Alright. Just not today. Meta support for sure. Enough said about Subaru. Goated. If you didn't get him, I'm sorry. He is a goated support unit. It's very strong. This one I like a lot. I think we're gonna add her in to meta support. She has high damage, but I don't always max her out, and I use her for Maharaga. I think she's very good for boss rush tournament, as well as infinite. And then she does have some niche gameplay. I'm gonna leave it like that. There's nothing techie about her, other than you use her for boss rush, you use her for tournaments. She has quick clears, big damage. This is the kind of unit that gets you first place in boss rush and tournaments, because she teaches you how to wave skip very easy. Lots of damage. Lots of early damage. But after that, you don't do anything else. So she just kind of supports the rest of your team. But she is the type to help you get first place. So, this one is, yes, very good placement damage. Absolutely. Alright, this one is an easy one. Meta DPS. One of the GOATs, honestly. He is up there for me. He is up there for me. And I'll tell you, I'm comfortable telling you to roll on him. I'm gonna grab more icons, but I'm gonna put any mythic trait on him. Honestly, if you have him and you roll and you hit any mythic, just leave it. Go roll on something else. He's goated. Dude's awesome. There's nothing niche about him. He's just good in any of these game modes. Yeah, he's definitely goated. He's definitely goated. Yeah. You goes top right? Alright, top right. If we're all comfortable putting him top right, that's good. There's nothing controversial about it. You know what? Screw this. We'll delete this, delete this. Put him here. Put him up here. Just give him one of these. Just give him one of these. I will. Yeah, I'll drop all of the different icons on him, so this way people know that I'm comfortable saying just pick any mythic. I will absolutely put that. If you put him top right, then put Aizen top right. Aizen is better than Yuhaba. Ooh, I don't know about that. So Aizen, I think I'm fine leaving Aizen there. So Aizen is significantly more expensive. Aizen, if you someone runs out of range and you don't keep him in range, you lose the DPS. Yuhaba is very forgiving. You can build around him. Your entire team comp can be built around him if you need to. I think he enables you even if you don't have a lot of monarchs. Yeah. Yeah, I think Yuhaba I'm comfortable putting up there. Aizen I think is meta DPS, but I'm still comfortable saying that you roll on. Fine. And he supports. He's great. Yeah, but and Yuhaba can swap to support. I think he's more flexible. I think when you talk about flexibility, gameplay, economy, he deserves to be up top right. Aizen's a bit on the expensive side right now. Yeah. And even on placement damage, right? He's just crazy good and cheap. Yeah, he's less flexible. Yeah, I'm comfortable putting Yuhaba up top. I'm fine with Aizen there, but I'm fine with also telling you to roll for Aizen though. Yes, but that's why he's still. I'm saying it's worth it to roll on him, and he's good in all these game modes. That's fine with me. All right. Let's see what else we have. Oh, this one I'm okay with putting here. Off meta DPS. I don't think he's meta DPS. I think he's off meta DPS, but he has a place in like almost every category. Not boss rush. Sorry. I'm fine with world lines. Fine with niche. He's a very strong unit, but yeah, triple niche. Yep. Yep. Very niche. One weather on world line. Yep. But you still always pick him on world line though. You know, it's not something you're willing to skip over. It's like I will always play him for that world line stage, no matter how difficult it is. You're comfortable always picking that unit. So to okay, I think this one is also safe to play. Which world line stage? It's the heaven's what's it called? Heavenly something. Alright, here we got Alucard, meta support. Enough said. What does the tech requirement for a unit on the tier list? The special use style. Made in heaven. Yeah, made in heaven. Thank you, thank you. Meta support over here. Yep. Okay. This one is an interesting one though, chat. I'll tell you. It sucks because I feel like he's gotten phased out. What'd you say? Yuhawk, yes, you can build a team on him, but what's better? Comes with 3 DPS unit or 1 DPS unit? You can bring Aizen with other DPS like Sun Jinwoo and Gogeta. The Yuhawk, if it's your main DPS, then you just bring him. If Yuhaba's your main DPS, then you just bring him. But I think that's the thing is the range and the damage. You have such a small kill window for Aizen. Yeah, the kill window for Aizen is very small. I'm not saying he's a bad unit. He's a very strong unit. But wherever you bring Yuhaba, he's very good compared to Aizen, where like the window is very small. Yeah. Left to right from best to worst. Okay, I see what you're saying. Left to right, best to worst. So let's swap the order here for that. So we'll keep them in their own little box category. Sorry, put this here, here. There you go. All right. All right. I'll be honest with you, I think it's sad for me to do this, but I'm gonna put him here because I don't find a use case for him often anymore, and when I did use him, it was for like a support, was Sukuna. I feel like he's fallen off hard where he's just collecting dust now. I really don't see him getting really any play. It's sad. Nobody wanted this for Sukuna. I think he got done dirty, and it's kind of sad. It's kind of sad. Right now, there's another one too that I don't even think he's off meta DPS anymore. I think he's phased out at this point. There's just no room to bring him. He's not even brought in infinites anymore. Nobody cares for him. So Igris just kind of got phased out. Yeah, everybody was sad for the Igris thing. But I mean, you get to see his model in the Jinwoo stuff. Yeah, I'm just telling you like it is. He went from one of the units you use all the time to something you never bring. I mean, you never bring though. I never bring him anymore anywhere. It's not something I'm gonna say, hey, he's meta, please roll on him. That would be lying to you, you know? But he's on the shelf right now. Yeah, he's on the shelf for right now. Until we find a better use case, then yeah. So meta support is a support I bring all the time. Off meta support is something I rarely bring, but you still bring. So even for new players, you know, he used to be one of my favorites, but he's become an off meta support, and it's really only for like infinite and tournaments. It's very rare. It's very rare. He's only there for cosmic tournaments, infinite, and that's about it. Yeah. I will say this one gets a tech. I'll drop this here. She's an off meta support that gets a tech because she's an enabler. That's it. She's an enabler. There's a special use style for Sakura right now. She's one of the only ones. She's super niche, yep. Tech niche. That's it. That's all she gets. Um, I don't find any other thing than tech niche because she's an enabler. She has to require Salter. Um, right, for the Tsukuyomi, yep. Yep. Alright. Tech niche is fine. Ah, this one... I don't think she's on the shelf. I think she's just niche. So, I think she's niche right now. Her DPS is good. I can't lie. Her DPS is very good. And I still play with Salter quite a bit sometimes. So, but she's tech niche. Her burn, her double hits with Sakura. She gets used a lot for Uryu gaming, so I think she's tech niche. Um, but she does do DPS, so yeah, that's fair. I give her the tournament use too. I I'll, I I agree with that. I think now she might see some more play elsewhere, hopefully, depending on the team that gets built, because of her slow. So maybe she sees a little more support gameplay, but even then the SPA debuff is a little much. But if we're going from left to right, I'll put her on the right for right now, because it's like a rarity at this point. I'll organize the line a little later. Yeah, I think one I'm comfortable putting up here, but is very specific use case is Ichigo. So Ichigo is good because he fits into these categories for World Line, Boss Rush, Tournament, not Infinite. He's not a tech, but everybody uses him for nukes. You nuke at the end, he's a good nuke. He's great for World Lines. He fits into most any category. He's a very strong unit. Okay, I'm not going to recommend immediate roll right away, no, but he's a very strong unit. Ichigo's in a very good place right now, and he fits in most of the game. Yeah, I still do. I mean, you can if you want to. Some people might not have the Igris, Sun Jin Woo, so that's where he's gonna be. Yeah, he's a long-term use. This one, I'll be honest, it sucks, but it is what it is. I think he's an off-meta support. He's another niche tech. Maybe not niche, maybe not tech. I think he's just niche world line. This guy's niche world line off-meta support. Yep, due to his passive with the rupture. This one is an off-meta DPS, but this is only specifically for world line, and she'll go to the far right. This is a specific one use case type thing, one category of gaming where she excels at. That is it. I can't overhype Lancer. I think he's great, but even as a starter unit, Monarch would need to be there as a recommended, but I can't put Monarch right now because I would say, hey, roll for her Monarch. People are gonna waste rerolls. I don't want people to do that. Waste it on Monarch that they're not gonna use. They'll just throw her to the wayside. This one, where's meta support? Right, so this is an initial tier list. So this is kind of like the beginning of 4.5. Once we get to, a few more weeks into it, I might revise this and go back into it and adjust things. Because maybe I might not even reach into using her for it. But maybe I use both for world lines. You never know. It just depends. So, off-meta support. I don't think he goes on the shelf. I think he's just a poor man's Alucard. I think that's how Kisuke fits in. He's an all-rounder. I would put him as for poor man's Alucard. That's it. So if you're looking for a 20% bonus, he's poor man's Alucard. But I think he's off-meta support. Yeah. So I'll put him here. I'm getting there. I'm working like I have a bunch of the photos kind of stacked up, so I'm going through and deleting them as I go through. Yeah, once I get to them. Okay, so let me tell you right now. This I'm gonna put a little star on because let me see. Get back to it. Wait. Change it to. Nope, the shape doesn't want to come out. Oh, it does. There we go. So I will label what a star is later, and I'll add that in to the final thing. But I want to try this out, but I want to put Fryen in meta support as a special star for a niche tech. So I think she's special use. And that's my prediction right now. I'll put a star because I'm uncertain and I do want to use her a lot and try her out. But Freerin. I'm going to put Freerin as a niche tech right now. Maybe not even niche. Maybe just special use tech. Let's do that. Special use tech. I think it's the Gamba tech. I really do. I don't think she's there for DPS. Some people glaze her DPS. I don't think it's all that. She gives up too much positioning for me to care about her damage. She gives up a lot. And they're just better units for me to invest money in. Just straight up. There's just better units to invest money in. I guess you're right. Niche for best nature unit. I'll put that there. I'll put that there. I'm okay with that. That if I'm looking for a nature unit, I'd bring her. Yeah, I'll leave her niche tech. Special use case, and that's it. So niche is like maybe in a category, because I don't bring her for every tournament definitively. So I don't, at least not yet. So this is a prediction. I'm gonna leave the stars as predictions, okay? If there's 30 tournaments too, yeah. But remember, she starts off with a little lower on the damage side. So even though she's 100 more, she like starts at like 3k. All right. Oh, I like this one a lot. I just dropped this here. I think she's an all-rounder meta support. She is another new buffer. I think she has a place in this game. She does really well. She has an instant cleanse, great for any game mode that you want to play. So I think she has a great tech. This one I think is just an off-meta DPS. I like Kenpachi a lot. I think there's a lot of support for him. I wouldn't tell him everyone to roll on him that he's meta DPS and you should get him right away. Um, he's not like a priority, but I think he's pretty cool. I think he's pretty cool damage-wise. So yeah, you could play around him. So let's just put niche because he requires a good amount of support. So we'll leave that here, right next to Lilia. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, this one is off-meta support. I don't think she's terrible. I think she attacks very fast, and there's some niche cases that we use her for. But that's it. Kind of sucks. I was hoping more, actually, from Yoruichi. But she's niche. She's not on the shelf. She gets used sometimes, special case. But for the most part, you do take someone else who is more meta. Someone else. Where you at? There you go. Meta support. Sasuke, still one of the number ones that you use for your stun techs. So he's just good all-rounder whenever you need a stun tech in any of these things. This one's good. This one's good. This one's straightforward. He's just going on the shelf. You've been upgraded, buddy. Your mythic form is gone. Shouldn't even be in here, but you're mythic. People need to know. You go on the shelf. You upgrade him or nothing. That's it. You got Yuhaba. Very nice, Johnny. Very nice. Ooh, this one. This one sucks to see too. Yet another burn unit. You go on the shelf. This one, they just did dirty. He's decent in Mythic. He's decent in Infinite, but I'll tell you right now, with the way the meta is and the amount of people you have playing, brother, you're not gonna get top place on that leaderboard without Sun Jinwoo. I promise you, everybody running it is gonna have him. So that's over with. He's not gonna fit in anymore, I think. Yeah. Let's see. Add a trash tier and add Naruto in it. add, Bro is on the shelf until they gave him the path of the Sage of Six Path mode. Yeah, runs are gonna be 7 hours because you can kill everything. Oh, you know who I don't see any play anymore? And that's just me. I've never seen him on runs. I never really bring him on runs. Is this guy, Tengen. Kind of sad. I think his damage just got outscaled. His damage was good for the longest time. But there's no space anymore, I think. So this is my initial prediction, is not a lot of people are going to bring him for a lot of stuff anymore. Maybe at the most for tournaments. So we dust him off for that. I guess I could put that for him. But I think that's even, yeah, that's about it. I think you can be pulled off the shelf for a tournament. Like, that's, I'll leave one side for, like, you can pull them off the shelf for a tournament. Well, maybe the shelf you pull off the shelf, so maybe there's just a trash tier. So there's the shelf, and then there's the, what's the word for it? The garage. That's better. That makes more sense, guys. I guess. I'll probably condense it later, don't worry. Alright, you have the off-meta supports, guys. You have the shelf, means... And I'll put the definitions in, alright? You know, you bring them out sometimes for some play, and that's about it. Very specific cases. This guy's just here in the garage. Maybe you bring him for water tournaments, but even then, I don't think you care. Put Rengoku on the shelf. That's copium, bro. Nobody brings Rengoku anymore. Nobody plays around fire. I'm sorry, Gustavo. Yeah. But I think the shelf is actually a good category because there's like Chain. Chain gets some special use case specifically for tournament too. And that's good too because we also have Vegeta. I really didn't want to throw Vegeta in the garage. I don't think he's in the garage. I think he gets used for does he get used for blast tournaments still or no? Or is there just better stuff? Or is he garage now? Oh man, is Vegeta garage? I don't think I take Vegeta. No, you know what? He's in the garage. He gets outclassed by Goku anyway. Or Gogeta. He gets outclassed. Vegeta's garage. Yeah, Vegeta's garage, guys. It happened. Solar Yuhaba I'm keeping. Yeah, he doesn't get used. Damn, it happened already, huh? He's gone. Garage. Alright. Another fire guy. Garage. What, you know, there should be a category just called like the cold chimney. Or like something like that, you know? That is ridiculous. Nah, he's not. He's definitely getting overpowered and crept on. I'm gonna put off meta DPS for Choso. You're gonna see him on some infinites, some tournaments. I think with the Pachiro buff, there's still gonna be a lot of play. I don't think he's meta anymore right now, just because of how much he's getting phased out by all these stronger, larger units that are out here in terms of damage. Who's at the top? Yeah, Choso's still great for some tournaments and infinite, and he has some niche cases, I would say. Yeah, but I think he's an off-meta DPS. Like saying that he got for leaderboard run is very very niche. It's very specific. So it's more for infinite modes. You know, I'm not gonna bring him in every game mode. I'll bring most of these in every game mode if I have them. Let's see. We already put Igris on the shelf. Oh, this one, I don't, he's. Oh, Igris not on the shelf. Igris the garage. Gyro's in the garage. Bro isn't even in the house. Bro's on the street. He never really saw play. And you know who's on the street right next to him, guys? This guy. Johnny. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. Sorry, Johnny. I was hoping your spin tech would be so good, but it wasn't. It wasn't. Alright, I'm gonna put this one in meta support. I'm telling you right now, she's specific for infinites. When was the last time you brought Sukuna? When was the last time you woke up and said, I'm gonna roll on Sukuna today? You don't ever say that. Yeah, Medusa has crazy DPS. I'm using Sukuna right now. Alright, off meta support. She has very niche cases, but she's still in. So when you see something like off meta support, these are special units you should maybe have if something were to come up for something. That's it. So she has a niche case where you might use her and for world lines. That's about it. Other than that, she's getting outclassed by Lucy, who's in the meta category. Yeah, floor 256. So, hold up. The free run right now is a prediction, okay? This is an initial tier list, all right? Wait, let me rename it so this way, initial tier list. All right, guys, this is an initial tier list. It's not definitive. This is just how I see the game right now, too. And it's good we're having a discussion because we're talking about it. So Medea converts minions, so she's very niche in the case of 256, right? Where you gotta fight the god statue. She can turn god statues. But they both nullify. But Lucy's just better at the job of nullifying in every aspect because she can do it on placement. Oh, this is an easy one. I could put her up here. Where you at? Where you at? There you go. Meta DPS. I would tell you to have Saber over Gilg. I still like Saber. I think Saber's still good. I think she's a meta DPS. But only for these categories right now. Alright. I still like Saber. I think Saber's really strong. Very reflective slot, yeah. Do you think Saber was ever the top one unit? At one point, but the window was so short between the patches that I think she fell off from being one of the top one units. Nuke meta inf? What do you mean the nuke meta infinite? I think it's hard to fit her in because even for repulse, people are going to use agony. People are going to use, different units. I mean, you say that he's not good, but if you're a new player and you're trying to get started, and right now you still have access to get Gilgamesh, I'm gonna tell you go grab Gilgamesh. She's really good. He's really good. Yeah, Saber was one of the best. Yeah, absolutely. Before. Yeah. But now I don't think she's at the top right. There's no way she's at the top right. Yeah. He executes. Oh yeah, he's not going out of style. He's really good. If you can execute, what, 20% of a 50 mil health minion? Come on. That's not even a thing. Alright, this one here is, she's going to the garage. Sorry, Ishtar. I know you have a cool nuke. You have a cool kit. I just never see play. I don't see her play. I don't see her have any use in tournaments, boss rush. I've tried to implement her, but I don't know. There's no space. There's no space. I can't tell you to put her on your roster and go roll your gems for her. Yeah, go take your hard-earned time, then roll for Ishtar. Drip case. That's it. Yep. That's it. Alright. This guy is on the shelf. Archer is cool. He's good, but I think he's outclassed right now. And he just has maybe a specific niche case and tournament case. That's it. Maybe if you're interested in the infinite stuff for nuking, but even then, now he's phased out. Let's be real. There's no real space for Archer now. I don't think there is. I think he's in the shelf. I don't think there's space for him. Meta support means I'm gonna pick him over other units to bring. Am I really gonna invest all my money into him? I think he's overhyped. 100% he's overhyped. No, I'm not placing him in meta support. He can stay on the shelf. You pull him off the shelf when you need him. Meta support is I look to you anytime. I look to these guys all the time for answers. He's definitely not meta support. He's on the shelf. You're gonna tell me you're gonna invest all that money to make him pop off? Sure, you want that quick window? There's no way he's meta support. Anyway, it's my initial tier list that I'm sharing with you and how I see it. I pull him off the shelf if I need him, but I don't turn to him for every answer. I turn to these guys. I turn to my meta supports for answers. I'm like, hey, where can I use you? You know, the shelf is like, maybe I'll grab you and put you in the team. Alright, this one is an off-meta support, guys. I know this is one of the ones you've been waiting for, and I think he's great. But I can't use my bias. I gotta be real. I think he's an off-meta support. And he has a tech and niche case. I'll leave it at that. I use him for yen generation, and I think he's great for it. You can fit him in different teams. Yep, and we'll leave Worldline on because he does get abused for Worldline. Give him that. I don't think he's D tier. I think he's off meta support. I think if you wanted to play around him, we are Uryu Glazers, but we can't just do that. We gotta make him the GOAT through hard work. You know? He has to fit in through hard work, you understand? I'll tell you who is meta support. That if you wanted to, you can have one DPS and play everywhere. You could use him for anything. And that's Toto. That's Toto. You can bring him for anything to help him out. I think he's a tech. I think he's niche. But he is meta support. I can take your awesome Sun Jin Woo, put you in the start of the map, and then put you at the back. I can take all your meta DPS units. I can take your Aizen and enable him. Let me tell you, I think even in any of these things, if you wanted to use Toto, yeah, if you wanted to use Toto to enable Aizen, I mean that's the answer right there, right? You love Aizen, you enable him with Toto, and you just play Toto Aizen. My friend has Monarch Toto. Hey, I love Toto. I think Toto's great. Toto enables him. Yeah, he's fantastic. You keep him in that DPS range all the time. Because I got Deadeye, Monarch, Lancer, Gojo, Salter. You think it's worth... to infinite? I got Deadeye, or I got Dead... I don't know. Marksman Toto, yeah. Monarch, Lancer, Gojo, and Salter. You can try, but right now that infinite category is I dead got Monarch. Oh, I see, I see. Because they're all Monarch, yeah. Got you. Yeah, I'm sorry. Like the tier list is tight right now. You have to think about, okay, if I'm here as a content creator talking to you guys, and you look at a tier list, you still leave with the question of who do I spend my rerolls on, man? Oh, I might just buy a $50 trait reroll thing, and I'm gonna spin. Who do I spin on? I'm just telling you, like, these are the only ones I recommend spinning. Anything else you can play with traitless. I could care less, you know. But I have to be transparent here because if I'm not and I say yeah roll on, yeah just roll on Choi, roll Monarch Choi, go for it, like you're wasting your time and you're gonna have a terrible time when you get outclassed by a Jinwoo. Exactly. Yeah. All right. So that was all the units, guys. That was all the units. Yeah. That was everybody. I left the two best ones for last. You know, I left the two best ones for last. So, tell me, what do you think? Oh, wow, we got 56 people in here. Yeah, we're done. That was all the units. What is the mic guy? I am gonna make a video on the tier list. Yeah, I was just doing it here live with you guys to get your feedback on what do you think of the tier list? How do you like it? Um, let me know what you think. I do want your guys' feedback. I appreciate it. I value it. Um, yeah. Yeah, so for those that are just jumping in, oh, Diavolo. Diavolo? Diavolo. I'm gonna say it wrong. Let's grab him. I'm sorry. Hold up, hold up. Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right. Nope. Let's add him here. So Diavolo's Meta DPS, but I'm gonna say that he's a niche tech right now. Okay, guys? That's where I have him at. He's a niche tech special use. Hey, I appreciate it, brother. Thank you very much. So I'll say niche tech, meta DPS. He does 80k on placement. Correct. There is no arguing it. I can't take that away from him, right? Okay, we can put infinite. I'm fine with saying people might use him for infinite. I'm fine with that because some people might. I say meta DPS because I will use him if I had him for specific cases that I want his 80k placement damage. That's it. That's the only time I see it, and maybe invest in him later. No, I wouldn't tell you to roll anything on him right now. Because if I tell you, go ahead, Dev, take all your rerolls that you've saved from Anime Vanguards and spend it on him, and you get nothing, or you do get Monarch, and then you get outclassed in every tournament by a Jinwoo, you're gonna be like, dude, why didn't you tell me to roll on Jinwoo? That's what you'll tell me. If I told you to roll on the top 3 plus Aizen, you will not get upset that you spent those rerolls and got Monarch on one of them. Let's be real. Let's be real, because they'll win you tournaments. Aizen will win you tournaments. Gogeta wins you tournaments. He wins you game modes and tournaments. But, like, Jinwoo is going to win you every tournament these days. No, no, no. So I plan on adding it in. The traits mean recommend use rerolls for that unit. I'll put it at the bottom, but I'll clarify it more when I come out with the video. Yeah, Monarch means rolls on those. Traits mean roll on those. When I make the trait video, this tier list video, you guys will see. Yeah. Alright, so is that now officially everybody? Might Guy? I'm sorry. That was just a funny reference with Madara. I now declare you the strongest. Yeah. I will. I will ensure that he's stopped on any mythic trait for sure. That's my recommendation for that. I will be sure to clarify it in the video. Scion? Yeah, if I'm telling you who to roll on first. Oh, we skipped Giselle, thank you. That's, you see, this is why we did this live, so I don't skip anything for the video. Good job, guys. Helping me lock in. Giselle True, let's see. Where you at, Giselle? There you are. So I'm not afraid to put Giselle here. Get him while you can. I'm gonna say it's niche tech, okay? 9 placement, enabling one of the strongest units in the game. Zion's there. Zion's in the garage. Where you at, Zion? Zion's right here. Yep. Zion's in the garage. Yeah, him. Him. If you follow the lore. Funny Valentine? We put Valentine in the garage? No, I didn't. Not yet. Yeah, that's a dude. It's a dude, yeah. Bro, I'm watching Bleach right now. He said, oh my god. Do I only put mythics in above? No, I'll put Croc. That sounds good. I'm not afraid to put Croc up there so people know to get him as a meta support. I will. Let's do that. Let's add him here. Add Croc. Mr. Alligator. No, I... Can Pain go too? I guess so. I guess we gotta do Pain Inomaki then, huh? Sukuna's getting murdered. Oh, alright. So if we do all that, then I gotta put the, I gotta put my goat in here then first. Alright, guys? I'll do all that, but I gotta put my goat in here first. Alright. He's going in. If you know, you know. He's in tech. Alright. He's in special tech. I want you to know right now. If you're telling me he enables Yuhaba and he gives everybody a discount, then yeah. Meta support? No. I just put Yuhaba as one of the strongest. That's it. Nah, because then I could say any 6 placement unit. How much is Joe on placement right now? Joe's 350. No. Ichigo's 275. Yeah, Ichigo's 275. Yeah, Ichigo Tech is real. Who else were we looking for, guys? Funny Valentine. Let's see, where you at? Valentine Love Train. Let's throw you in the garage. Should that be? Yeah, I can add the infinite on that. What rares do you use? Ichiga. Sukuna? Sukuna's garage. Now we're done. Okay. That one, and then hold up. You said should infinite meta? No. I think infinite meta would be just for Giselle. Because the slots are so thin. There's so little slots right now. Yeah. Sukuno's main is the garage. Yeah. So I'll do my best to organize this. Remove Tengen from garage. He's in 2 tiers right now. 2 tiers who? Who's that? He's in the shelf. He's not in the garage. Tengen's on the shelf because I reach in whenever I need to grab Tengen for a tournament. Maybe Chai-in. 7's in collectible, yeah. 7's a collectible. He's in 2 tiers, right? Is he in the garage? There's no way Tengen's in the garage. I only see him in the shelf in the garage. Yeah. Yeah, just see him on the shelf. I just see him on the shelf. Okay, we're good. Yeah, we're good. Alright, is there anyone I missed, guys? Top right garage. Is he in the garage? Oh no. Sorry. Thank you. Thank you. He is one of the best natures, but he's rare because I'm sorry, you're not gonna get him. You're not gonna have access. Yeah. Unless they come out with a duping glitch and people decide to dupe Brolys and the game doesn't delete them all, then sure. But I don't think it's gonna work. Bad day to have Igris and Sukuna Monarch. That's funny. Alright. I think that's everybody. So this will be good when I drop the tier list video. I just don't think people reach into a shelf to grab Sukuna to be like, hey, I'll use Sukuna today. For tournament. Like, no. Yeah. Igris doesn't get play. Alright guys, so what do you think of this kind of format and style? You tell me. I'm listening to your feedback. But I think instead of giving you letters, the intent here was to give you a bit more info on where they fit in, if they are meta. The traits on the unit means what you would reroll on. Okay? That's all it means. It means if you, as a new player, comes into my stream and asks me for my tier list, and you say, hey, left to right, best to worst, okay, I'll adjust it. I'll adjust that a little more for the tier list for the video. Left to right, best to worst. I'm okay fixing that. That's fine. Okay, cool. No, any feedback is good feedback because I'm trying to accept you hub better than Heisen. It's okay. It's okay, King. No, we don't all have to agree on everything. But for the general in format, uh, looking to help new players say, hey, this is what you could roll on, this is what you should roll on, this is what you should spend your time getting for units. If you see this on banner, probably get. That's what these meta sections are. Preferred. Okay. Okay, I could do something like that. And I say, hey, just roll on those. Will I make it one cohesive longer list or keep it like this? I'll probably do it in a full screen PDF format and then do it as like a bunch of slides that I'm going through. That's what I'll do. Yeah. Oh, that's a good thing. Trait preferred. That's good with a trait reroll icon. I like that. Thanks guys. That's good. That's good feedback. Yeah, because the intent is I could say what the preferred trait is for some of them, but yeah, the intent is for what you spend your rerolls on would be those 4 units right now. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's good. I'm glad. Most likely this up here will be a little cleaner and just adjust this. But okay. That's good. Good feedback. Let me get an icon of the trait reroll thing. That's smart. Traits. Alright guys, anything else? Or was that it? Good? Alright, nothing said, nothing heard. I think we got a good tier list right here. Sick. That that is awesome. Put a goat icon. Absolutely. I could do something funny like that. I will say that those are the top 3 meta units right now. Yes. Yep. The cool thing about Yuhaba is if you hit any mythic, you're fine. Just keep it and move on. Where's Regna? Regna is an off-meta DPS, specifically very niche use and world lines. But he's not someone I think I actively look to bring every game. So, he has a great spot in off-meta DPS because I think he scales really well, and I think he's going to get enabled even further the more the game continues to build. Yeah, you're good to keep Solar on Yuhaba. Keep it. Why waste more rerolls? Yeah, you'll be fine. Might as well use those rerolls for a Monarch Sun Jin Woo. You can match units with not only good and decent traits familiars. Ooh, familiars. Damn. Let me see if I can do that real quick. I'll go over that another time, or I'll add it as a bonus in the video. But that's good. That's good. I'll be fine. I already have him. Awesome. Yeah, that's awesome then. Would you keep Blitz on Yuhaba? Yeah, if I'm pressed for rerolls and I need to reroll on a better unit, absolutely. Why not? Why not just play around the unit that you have right now? Rerolls are so hard to get. Not hard to get. It's hard to roll Monarch. That's it. It's just hard to roll Monarch. The rerolls are easier to get now, but it's just hard to roll. So you have to prioritize what you spend your time and money on. Like, that's just what it is. Should I reroll my Deadeye Gogeta on my Mythic? Right. People don't know about Deadeye with Granny could be better than Ethereal. Correct. Yep. Should I reroll my Deadeye Gogeta on my Mythic or my Mythic Sun Jin Woo? I'll tell you this. The meta right now, the reason Sun Jin Woo is before Gogeta is because he's going to be better. So if you got Monarch on him, you probably are going to win most tournaments, win most of your world lines. You'll be able to get more rerolls. So that's how I see it. But there's also, what, two traitless tournaments you can do. So 2 traits and 2 traded. So if you prioritize these units to get, then yeah, you'd win those tournaments. But it just really depends what you want to spend your rerolls on. But those are the only ones I'm comfortable saying, yeah, it's fine to roll on. So I think that's good. That's a good way. Good way. Correct. He will win you more rerolls to reroll more on Gogeta. Exactly that kind of thought process. Yep. Alright, there we go. I think that was good, guys. I think that was a good tier list session. Good feedback, lots of good feedback. I like that. Really, really helpful stuff. And the cool thing is, the base has been created for the tier list. So now it only goes up from here on improving the style and how everything is. It's going to be easier to update this in the future. So super, super cool. I really appreciate the help. That was nice. Nice session. Let's put that there. Yeah. It was just an attempt at a different format than the same vanilla stuff you guys see. Plus, it'll leave you all with something readable, something easy to check out later on. So, in the video, I'll make sure to have them as like freeze frames where you can freeze and just look at them. Thanks for the free AV counseling. Absolutely. I mean, half the time, that's all your questions, right? Most of the people who come in are like, hey, who should I roll on? Who should I roll on? So, I just got Monarch on my main. Try to get. Which other should you try to get Monarch on? Hey, appreciate it, CK. Thank you, thank you. You should try to get Monarch on Aizen, Gogeta or Aizen. You should roll for a mythic for Yuhaba. Those are the ones you spend your rerolls on. After that, it's kind of on you to figure it out, but I think as long as you have those, you'll go pretty far in getting different things that you want in the game. But those will be your most used characters anyway. Shiny Toto, guys, by the way. Still, if banner comes up, gotta ping me. Alright. That's awesome, though. I believe for leaderboards, you want Monarch. Monarch Yuhaba is better, slightly. Because it's less of an initial investment for other game modes. If you're playing Ethereal or a different thing, if you're buy, sell, replace in a leaderboard, you might mess up your units, and it's pretty bad. It resets the almighty. It triggers it a bit. Yeah. Wouldn't you like to know, Johnny? Wouldn't you like to know? Maybe, maybe not. Alright, nice, congrats. Alright guys, I appreciate all the support. I think this was a pretty good session, so I'm gonna take a quick break, and then I am gonna start the world line runs again. So, how many gems would you suggest saving for a shiny mythic? No idea, dude. I just roll. I just roll. I don't think I have a number. I just collect and then roll. Yeah, I'm at floor 50. Yeah, so. Alright guys, I'll take a quick break, get some water, recharge here, and then I will be back to it. I'm gonna just leave the stream on. This marathon's been good for today. So. Yeah, appreciate the support, guys. If you haven't already, please click that like button, shoot that subscribe, share the channel. If you like what you saw today, you like that tier list, you like what's going on, the progression of the channel, and kind of where I'm going to take this content, be sure to share, be sure to push it out.